I love the GBA, and if you clicked on this video, you probably do too. But there's so much with it that needs fixing. I mean, come on, the screen, you can barely see it unless you have the headlights of a car beaming right at it. And the speaker, it's only one speaker, so you have to sit really close to actually hear anything. And come on, AA batteries? No, we're not messing with those anymore. Now, luckily, the modding community is huge and has made multiple, tons and tons of videos where they make the ultimate Game Boy. Now, I've seen a lot of people make their vision of what an ultimate Game Boy looks like, but I've always thought this could be brought further, right? There's more we can do with this thing. And I went all the way. So not only does this have a rechargeable battery, a better screen, and a louder speaker, mine can also comfortably connect to a TV. Just like that. Now, connecting to a TV wouldn't be anything if you have to reach over to the Game Boy and touch it while playing it. No, I'm gonna leave it over there, and then I'm gonna use this 8-bit DOE controller to control it. And there are some mods that I could have installed in here that I just chose not to. But before we talk about all of that, I want to show you the process of how I actually made this thing. Alright, we have this tiny little ribbon cable here that goes into here. Make sure I connect that properly. Very cool. And there you go. I'm so scared. I've never done anything like this. The only thing I've done before is clean this Game Boy. I bought it off of eBay. They said it didn't work. The only thing faulty with it was the battery... No, the power switch. So as soon as that was fixed, you know, it was fixed. That's supposed to go through there, so I was thinking I might as well do that immediately, right? Oof. They do tell you on his website, High Speed Edo's website, to attach it and then thread it. Now, I attached it to the Game Boy first. That was a mistake. Let's undo that. Holy cow, that is a tight fit, dude. There we go. Oh, no. No, we don't. Why is this so extremely finicky? I just cannot get it in there. Oh! Oh my god, it slid. It fucking slid. I think it's in on both sides. I'm just gonna pin that down. Oh my god. That was way too much pressure for comfort. Oh my lord. Do you want to know something even funnier? I realize now. No, actually, that's probably fine. I was thinking for a second that I didn't even need to do that, but I think we're fine. Now I'm just gonna feed it through here. Boop. Oh, and insert it here. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so happy that it just slides right in here. See how easy that was? That's how easy it should have been. Boom. Fucking A. Boom. Yeah, there we are. And then this is... Wait. Hold on. I think I messed this up. I just inserted it upside down. That's fine. Rookie mistake, right? I'm granted some of those, right? But this is probably how it's supposed to be, yeah. Because then that aligns. And eventually it's gonna sit like this, giving us the USB-C port at the bottom of the Game Boy. Hell yeah, that makes perfect sense now. Cool. So we have that. This is gonna be in there, power supply, and video output. Cool. First thing I got was this little new speaker with this little amp. Okay, I ran out of internal storage on my iPhone as I was doing that, so that was awesome. And I only managed to get like 5 gigabytes back from deleting every single video and photo that was on my device. So that sucks. Well, my plan now is to install or remove this speaker here and install the new speaker and the amp that it comes with that makes it so much louder. So let's get into that, I guess. This one doesn't have the crown on the back, or whatever we want to call that, to raise it off of the motherboard. So that's a little odd, but I don't care. Hopefully it's gonna be better than the old one. Okay, so this one here is not the prettiest one for sure, but it's a solid connection now, and I managed to clean up these ones a little bit better, and the one in the middle I think as well. I don't like the one in the middle because it's really hard for me to tell if I actually did that one correctly or not. I'm just gonna hope for the best here and try again, I guess. I mean, I guess it's louder. Yeah, I guess. I'll be honest, I don't hear that big of a difference. Okay, old speaker time. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. That's so loud. Hell yeah. Alright. Man, I'm actually kind of happy. Sure, I wasted money on this speaker, but I don't care. Honestly, I'm kind of happy that it's the original speaker. There's something charming knowing that it's the original one inside here. Alright, I really don't have any idea where we left off last time, but hey, look at this! I got all the things that I need now. I literally have every single piece that I need, except for this piece here. It has an opening because it was included with the shell. It came as an entire kit. Thank you, High Speedito. It was actually really neatly put together. But I want to have one of these, one of the regular ones. So I'm gonna have to order a white one of those. It's a tight fit because the USB port is gonna be right here. But we're making our own one. It's gonna be here somewhere. And so I'm not gonna need that one. And so I need, or want, one of these ones in white. So I'm gonna have to get myself one of those. But this is the battery. There is a good way to take this out, and I don't remember how that is. I think it's this side first. If I can just get underneath there. I'm gonna use the screwdrivers that High Speedito included, because now I have 2 sets of these because I've ordered 2 packages from him. This is the battery, very cool. It's 1800 milliamps, which I don't know how long that lasts. We'll see. I'm just gonna be gaming, and not that it's gonna matter too much, because I will have the dock that charges the console while playing, or at least so I believe. You see this? A white one? This one I chose on purpose. The set came with all white buttons because I chose the pure white. This is not actually black. This is just a protector where it says fragile. No, I'm kidding. It says fragile, but it is white underneath, which is very nice, super cool. However, I wanted them to be yellow, and I did get a yellow D-pad. That was the plan to begin with. But if you look underneath here, the ball underneath here on this one is way rounder and way taller than on this one. It's kind of hard to show, but not only that, but it's not centered. You see that? That's not centered. It's like bent, and it's super annoying. So that fucks up the entire feel of the D-pad. It doesn't feel good at all. And so I was thinking, worst case scenario, I'll use the original one because I don't want to compromise on how the console feels. It has to feel like the original one, even if it's not the original parts. So this one was out the window, and instead of buying a new one that would cost me like 20 bucks, I instead tried the white one that came with the console, and High Speedito, fucking great job, my guy. This one feels just like the original one, and so I decided to go on the white one, and honestly it doesn't even look that bad. I like it a lot, actually. You can still see that it's a D-pad, but it doesn't stand out as well, and it makes like the only buttons being the only yellow buttons being round. I think that makes it look really cute too. So I'm not mad about it, but let's take it apart so we can get into it. Okay, the back piece is perfect. I'm gonna remove this blue thing before. I've seen videos on YouTube where they don't even get one of these metal sheets. They have to salvage it from the donor console. So that's cool that you even get one. Thank you, High Speedito. I'm gonna be saying thank you to you a couple of times during this video because, frankly, you got everything in his kit. The screen, I've already tested it out. I'm not gonna show you yet. Because I've been hanging out with my girlfriend when I got the package, and I did not want to wait for this video to try it out. So I just popped everything in while she was here and tried it out, and everything works. Everything works fine. I'm super happy with that. Let me just pop these so we can get this out of there. I'm gonna remove this button too. The switch, the power switch. All right, now I should be able to just lift this out. It's a tight fit for some reason. I don't know why. Over here, it's a tight fit. It doesn't want to come out immediately. There we go. Alright, please. There we go. That's the screen. Now, I don't know how well this is gonna work together with this thing, because this thing is gonna be in there. Maybe it's gonna be that way. Like, this might become a tight fit. It's definitely not that way, it's definitely this way. So I am slightly worried about that. I don't know exactly how well that's gonna sit. Because this thing is thickums, but it might not be too thickums, you know what I mean? It's gonna sit in here. I'm gonna have to make myself an opening for the USB down here. And that's part of this. I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited just to make this opening here. It's gonna be so nice. I can already tell. I'm trying to decide now exactly where I should put this. Whatever. I'll figure that out later on. This is gonna go in there. Maybe whatever. Let's just this is not the goal for today. I'm using the yellow membranes that I got with that I bought separately. Actually, I bought these as a separate kit because I wanted the start and select to be yellow. If you didn't already know, they go all the way through, so no buttons can replace the membrane. You have to actually get yellow membranes. So, and I ended up using all of them because they just all felt the same as the normal one. When they did arrive, they had so much access rubber on it, so I just snipped that off with a scissor and they turned out good. I think they feel the same as the OEM original ones. I'll put that aside. I'll put everything aside. I got the buttons. These buttons were not perfect, and they're lighter than the original buttons. On the inside here, there were a lot of excess, whatever you say, excess plastic, but I used my, what's it called? You know, the snipping tool. I'll show you. Flush cutter? Yeah, I used my flush cutters to get in there and kind of snip around. And so now they feel just like normal ones. And I like how, like, I don't know, honey-esque these buttons are. They're not opaque, solid yellow like the shell of the original Game Boy. My Game Boy Pocket is yellow. It's far from here. It's in my basement. I don't want to go grab it, but just trust me. It's not the same yellow. I like this one a lot. Oh shit! Hey, small thing. You get one of these little light guider thing for the power LED, which you don't always do. I've seen a lot of videos where they have to salvage this from the original. I expected myself to have to do that, but I didn't have to, so that was awesome. Thank you, Highspeedito. Very cool. Now, here's the screen. I'm gonna place that to the side. I wanna put it on something soft though, because I'm already using this one. Luckily, it came with this little like thing. And the shell also came with a plastic lens, which is cool, I guess. I don't need it. I got this glass screen with it, so like that's cool. But thank you. Thank you, Highspeedito, very cool. I'll put that in there for now. Come back for you later. All right, so my goal for today, and I really hope it's not going to interfere with my speaker, which works perfectly, by the way. I know in the video I said it wasn't that much louder than the original speaker, but no, I was wrong. It goes so loud. Nothing's really changed. I don't know what has happened. You can see my terrible solder job there. I might honestly try to redo that, maybe. I just don't like the way that looks. And I had to cut one of the legs on the speaker because it was interfering with this thing, and I couldn't. Whatever. It was a bad job. This was my practice round. Installing the audio mod was my practice round for this, because this is gonna be the more difficult part. And I didn't trust the soldering iron that I had. I don't know where these go. Is it up there? Yeah, like so. So I actually bought myself a new tip. Look at that. That's way nicer. I'm not gonna touch it. Can I get focus on it? That's way nicer. Hopefully this is gonna work much better. I hope so. Cool. So I guess step number one is to remove this adhesive, or not remove the adhesive, but remove the cover for the adhesive and then stick it down. All right. Let's see. It goes on to those and those. Oh man, this is tricky. I'm actually gonna use my whatever these are called, tweezers. Oh no. Need this to be perfect. Cool. I think that's about as perfect as I'm gonna get it. Here we go. I was so afraid because I didn't think this through beforehand, but I was afraid that this was gonna interfere with the audio mod, but luckily it's not. Nothing here is interfering. So that's nice, that's really cool. Whew. Happy with that, that sits there. Hopefully these points are gonna be very easy to solder. I did watch a video, a crash course video on how to solder, and turns out I have a really thick solder, and there are solders that has lead in them. I am pretty sure this is lead free right there, and supposedly if you have lead in them they melt faster and therefore are easier to work with. I was like, oh cool, kind of wish I had that, but oh well. I'm not gonna wait any longer just to buy more solder. I want to get this done, and not having any lead is also kind of nice. You know, not having to worry about that. Okay, cool. They're all where they need to be now. This one went swimmingly. Very nice. Cool. Now we just need to make the connections, solder them on there. But I did a lot of things wrong here. I was like melting the solder onto the pads, and that's not really what you need to do. Well, sorta, yes, but yes, but actually no. You need to heat up both the thing that's gonna be attached and the pad that it's attaching to at the same time, and then you put the solder onto there. So I got it all backwards, sorta. I was like melting the solder and then putting it on, so like that doesn't really work. Hopefully this thing is like, the tip on the new one is way sharper than my old one, and it doesn't have the same texture. So like hopefully it's gonna be all good. I'm gonna move this away, out of the way, so I don't have to worry about destroying that. Okay, I might do this off camera so I don't have to worry about it. So I'll see you in a minute, all right? Okay, massive audio difference and video quality here, because scuffed as it may be, my iPhone camera ran out of storage, so I'm gonna have to continue on my Android. But this Android has a broken back cam, so this is actually the front camera on this little device. So excuse the quality. Fuck iPhone. Okay, that's all I have to say. Let's continue this here. I'm almost done. We're so close now. Yeah, the shoulder buttons feels nice. I wasn't 100% sure. I think the left one is like maybe slightly more resistance, but I think that's the button itself and not anything to do with the switch itself, and not anything to do with the triggers. So oh my god, it looks so good. I don't know how much footage I lost because I didn't notice the hey, your storage is full before it was too late or whatever. Like I had already been recording, so I'm just gonna continue. I've almost screwed all the screws in. I have 2 more, and then it's the battery 5 volt. I'm gonna solder onto the battery. Oh shit. Battery's intake, and then we're gonna be good, I think. And all that matters is if I can close it with this one, because I don't want to have the second USB-C. Jeez. I can with a little bit of force, so I don't have to worry about having the second USB-C port. That's nice. Yeah, now you can more clearly see that the USB-C port opening that I made was too big. But it's not a big deal. It's very slight, but it is too big. I can't deny that. All the buttons feel perfect. Oh, oh my god. I do notice right there. I don't know if it pops up on camera, but I think it does. There's a little pressure spot there. I don't know what that's from at all. Also, the little power indicator thing here isn't perfectly in there, it seems. It's like off to the side slightly. So maybe I do have to take it apart and check it out, because that little pressure spot is no bueno. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So yeah, I'm gonna take this apart and check it out. What's the pressure point? What do we think? Like, the pressure point was here, and if I look at the motherboard right there, if you can see that inside here, that thing right there, I think that's the reason I'm getting that pressure spot. And I don't know if I can do anything about that. I don't want to desolder that. It looks like an afterthought, but I know I'm not desoldering that. I don't know what that's gonna cost, you know? Everything is sandwiched between there. There's nothing I can like remove to just make it work. It would be this shielding on here, but I don't know if that's gonna allow this to sink in any further even. So I saw Jake remove the screen, and it looked super easy when he did it. And he used something similar to this tweezer here. Now these are like hella bent out of shape because I've used them for things. So I don't know if they're gonna be useful here, and I'm gonna be very careful not to break my screen while doing this. Okay. We're okay. All right. Okay. We might actually be getting this off now. Okay, cool. I actually got it off. Hopefully that's gonna relieve that pressure that was built up on the screen here. We figured out why. And hopefully now the pressure spot is gonna be gone. Please. Let's reassemble this once again. Maybe that was it. Okay, actually, yeah, that was definitely it. There's no more pressure spots all over. Oh my god! This is so pretty! I kind of like the purple backsplash, I'm not gonna lie. It's like a nice little touch. I want to make my own stickers for this, right? I like the purple right now because the purple and yellow goes well together, but I want to make my own stickers on here that are gonna be pink and holographic and gonna look so sick with my custom graphics that I've made myself. So I don't think I need this accent color in the purple. Now all I have to do is to solder this wire onto one of all of these to make sure that it's getting power via this USB-C, so I don't have to use this one. Gotta just figure out where that is. Now I want to work on the chassis or the dock or whatever you want to call it, because the first idea was to like desolder this entire thing and like just cut it the heck off, you know? Like, why would I keep this entire thing? And if I'm cutting this side off because I'm never gonna use this plug, sorry, the camera's over here. I'm never gonna be using this plug, so why would I even have it? Just freaking slice it right off, you know? And same with this one. I mean, sure, I have a Wii Pro controller. I could plug that in there, but I also have this wireless dongle, so I can use modern controllers. Because why would I want to have a wire going to my TV? No. The plan was to undo this, solder all of these wires onto here, and then like maybe apply this right there with double-sided tape, desolder this USB Type-C port, connect it with some thin wire and move it to elsewhere so that I could have this entire motherboard be standing, like, you know, like something like that, and I'd have the wires, instead of coming out the back and, you know, running along my desk, behind the Game Boy that's sitting right here. Look at how pretty it is, you know, just like that. I would want it all to be like that, you know, just long behind it and have the wires come out like so, because that would just work with my setup way better. To have a way smaller footprint on the desk, and the cables would be so much more manageable. But you know what, I feel as though that's a little bit too big of a task for a beginner like myself, and it's not that big, you know. This is kind of small. I also wanted the controller. I wanted it to charge on top of here with like wireless, no, not wireless, a magnetic charging thing. But having to exchange the USB-C port on my controller for the wireless or the magnetic connector instead. Like all of that's work that I'm not really wanting to do anymore. I'm talking about this one. I'm talking about this one. That would be cool, you know, that would be sick, but I don't need that. However, I will put a button, and I'm thinking I'll put it in the back here because I don't like this thing is just gonna be laying. I've tried to see if this works, and I think it does. It's just gonna be laying just like right there, because then I don't have to mod the case in any way, and then I'll just wire all of these wires onto right there. You know, it's perfect. It's perfect. Put the wires on there. Have this thing just kind of chill underneath there. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be rad. That's the plan. Cut these out or off, or out or off. Cut this out and off, and then just, you know, just like that. Just like that. It's gonna be rad. Okay, I know this is 100% my own fault for not twisting the wires, but I hate these multi-wired wires. I don't know, I don't remember their names, but they're like threaded or something, frilled, I don't know. They're fucking annoying, that's all I know. That's all I know. I guess I can screw it in because I can solder onto here later on, so cool. We are screwing it in. You see, there's like just enough space for that to be there. I tried it out earlier before desoldering, but again, I want a small footprint. I don't want the big dongle to stick out here. See, I have the old thing here. It would have stuck out like this. That's clumsy, that's awkward. Nah, I'm having none of it. We are going wireless because it is 2024 after all. Now we just need to solder up some wire to that thing long enough to have the button go behind there, actually, because I want to make the hole here so I can put the button just like so, the pair button. Yeah, click click click. Let me give myself an adequate length ×2. Pretty place. Same length on both would be cool. Holy cow, my hands are so freaking unstable, dude. Oh yeah, that's a solid connection. Hell yeah, dude. That one is just gonna work. I can feel it. Oh my god. Yo, that was perfect. Was it because I pre-tinned? that just freaking worked out, dude. That was perfect, solid, awesome. Can we do the same thing with this button? Am I gonna burn myself here? Oh, pre-tinned. Yo, that was so easy. Pre-tin this button. Kids, don't put your fingers this close to the soldering tip. Don't do that. All right, Mr. Holder Man guy. I need you to holder this button. Okay, this is gonna be so easy. I can just feel it. Please? Fuck yeah. No, but honestly, fuck yeah. There we go. That's it right there. Holy smokes, dude. That actually flippin' worked. That actually flippin' worked. Dude, that actually flippin' worked. Now I'm wondering, do I want to have it back here or do I want to have it on top? Because I can choose to have this button on the back where it's not visible or on top where it's easily accessible. You know? I could technically just have it here too. Come out the side so that it's both easily accessible. In the future I could mount this entire contraption to the underside of my desk and then just make a custom extension cable to this thing. Why I say custom is because Mako actually told me that while this is a USB-C port, it utilizes the 20 pins as separate pins instead of mirroring 10 of them with the other 10. So this USB-C is not reversible. You can only plug it in one way with the other Gameboy. So if I want an extension cord, I'm gonna have to make my own one. And I'm totally cool with that. I just gotta get slightly better at soldering first and buy some female USB-C headers because I don't own any. Kind of want to put it here because there seems to be less interference here. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just make a tiny hole here for this to sit in, and I'm just gonna attach it with a glue gun because I don't care. That goopy mess right there, that's my handiwork, baby. Should be the final assembly here. Should. Rightio, there we have it. I have to say, I don't know if it's easy to if I can show it on camera, but there's a substantial bulge here where the wireless receiver is, and I think that's causing the motherboard to be pushed up like that a little bit. But honestly, I don't care. Yeah, I can still use this port. I can still use this port, and we have the wireless receiver button right there. That seems to work. Or I haven't tested it since installing it again. Hopefully it still works. It worked before. So that's the entire dock. I like it. Even though this is not the end goal I had in mind. Let's see, will clicking this thing connect it? Oh my god, it did! It just connected immediately now. And we got screen. We got screen! Let's go! And I can use the controller. It said the file will be loaded because I am using a fake copy of Ruby. Holy cow! Okay, we're actually gaming. Yeah, I just want to show that we're actually using the controller. Photo trick. Fight. Scratch. Oh, I don't want to do this. Okay, no, she didn't die. I am EV training this fella, and I don't want HP stats, so I'm not killing that guy. But the controller works, dudes. The controller works. All right. It's been a couple of days, and as you can see, I've actually gotten quite a lot of hours into Pokemon already. 36 hours. Only 3 badges though, because I've been grinding. And you can tell that the pressure building up inside the Game Boy is pushing out. Oh, maybe you can't tell, but you just gotta trust me. See that? It's like pushing out. It's pushing out the screen because I was using the other battery pack, and it just put so much pressure on it, kept pushing the screen out. So what I'm gonna do, because I'm also experiencing a lot of issues with the touchpad, having it up here. I thought having the touchpad on the Nintendo logo was gonna be so cool, but that's where I grab it. I keep grabbing here to pull it out of the dock, and it keeps changing the colors on my screen. So Jake, you're right. I'm sorry I ever doubted your judgment. I liked the touchpad, but you're right. It's gotta go. It's gotta go. So I'm gonna unscrew it, glue this together so it stays put, and then get rid of that touchpad and wire up some of the buttons so we can use that instead. And as you can see, I have pretty stickers now. We're gonna apply the last one on here because it's gonna have to be this one, which is sad because it came scuffed. See that? It came like that. I didn't mind because I was gonna replace it, but the one I replace it with is no, it doesn't work. How do you like that? It's pretty cool, eh? So in here, this is the one we're getting rid of. And as you can see here, I was getting annoyed by the light bleed coming from this thing, so I wrapped it in electrical tape, and I have to say it actually helped. It's kind of stuck on there now, but it did definitely bring down the light leakage that was coming out from the R trigger. And I don't like having to solder on the screen, but I don't see how I would get this thing off the screen. So I'm just gonna hope for the best here. I mean, I could technically just cut the wire. I don't have to remove it. Oh shit, it melted so fast, it's fine. So we have 3 that we have to wire onto here. It's the ones up here. Left trigger, right trigger, and select. There we go, that's 1. That's 2. We're going very fast. Very, very fast. Zoom. And 3. It's the TP2, I think he said, which kind of makes sense. It's already soldered for me. It's already covered there by this entire thing, but I think it's that one. I think that's the select one. I'm gonna have to do a double solder onto it. There we are. That's connected. Sick. There we go. Things are looking great. There we go. Sick. Now we just get to screwing. Consensually, of course. Finally! Let's go, dude! Let's go! And with that, my ultimate Game Boy is complete. The battery cover isn't the one I wanted to use. It still has the USB-C opening. I wanted to close it up, but the one that I ordered, it has a different hue. I can't really show it on camera here. Maybe it shows up. I don't know. I don't think so. But it's like a whiter white, where this is more of a yellower white. It's like off-white. And so instead of going with the different ones, I ended up just using the regular one. The USB-C port up here, because this cover doesn't have that, it kept pushing the battery into the motherboard and therefore the screen out of the console. So I was just like, nah, screw it, whatever. It doesn't matter. If ever I were gonna do this again, I would just buy an entire shell separate from the battery thing and you know, just use that. And I could just remove the USB-C port in here, and that would probably make the space necessary to just have this thing. But again, it's an off-white, and it doesn't look that bad. It's not that bad. And the stickers, man, the stickers on here, I'm so proud of these stickers. I could have used a better printer, but I don't really have access to a printer, and so I just used a normal one that's used to print documents and stuff, and that, so you know, the picture isn't that sharp. But it was really important to me that the serial number on the back here matched the one that I had originally. Like it's just it's a cool little thing to me. I like that. I really do. And I made this thing. Like, these aren't my favorite Pokemon, but come on, they're so cute. I love them. And I made the little fight and run and bag and Pokemon thing down here. No, I'm super proud. I'm really happy with it. I covered it with this holographic, you know, like a holographic film, so it like shimmers when you move it around. No, I'm really proud. I'm really proud. There are mods that I didn't put in here, like I said before. Some people I've seen have made like LED buttons that light up, and like, yeah, that looks kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie, but I find the power LED to be annoying, and so having all that shine in my face while I'm gaming, no, I just couldn't take that, especially since I game a lot in my bed in a dark room at night, you know? No, I skimped on that. And the other thing that I skimped out on was Bluetooth audio. Come on, it's 2024 and Bluetooth still has such high latency. Like, I think the lowest we can get is like 130 milliseconds. No, I'm not messing with that. Yes, I carry a pair of Bluetooth headphones wherever I go to listen to music, but having audio not synced to the gameplay is just too much of a distraction. I'd way rather just use the 3.5 millimeter jack and just use a pair of wired headphones. Or just play in silence and listen to music on my phone. Like, no, no. That's why that's the whole thing of installing the audio amp. No. Sorry about getting so heated about the audio situation, but I just no. Now the screen I'm also really impressed with. It turned out so good, and it allows you to like change the brightness by just tapping the Game Boy Advance logo down here, and you could change like the colors of the screen with another touch that I put in the Nintendo logo up here, which I found really cool. It was like, oh, touch the logo down here to change the brightness, and then the logo up here to change the ratio. I just really like that. But having used it and putting it in the dock and pulling it out and then putting it in the dock and then pulling it out, it constantly grabbed it by the Nintendo logo. So like, no, that was just annoying, and I never found myself wanting to change into like black and white or stuff. And I see the appeal of at least black and white. You can go with so many colors, which no, again, no, why would you do that? The black and white I can see though, because if you're playing like an old Game Boy game and you want to play it in black and white instead of like, you know, a colored hue, you can do that. Like, I have a faint memory that you can adjust that anyways, but that might just be like the eShop Game Boy games that we got on the 3DS. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But eventually I ended up removing that and just used the button combinations instead. The reason I didn't want to do that is because it's the same button combinations used to change the to turn the screen off when you're playing in docked mode. So I can't turn the screen off in docked mode anymore, but I find that to be a very small trade-off. Being able to use like the on-screen menu is way more important than having the screen turned off when gaming on the TV. Like, I'm looking at the TV anyways, it doesn't matter. Cover it up if that bothers you. The color scheme that I went with, I think if I were to do this again, I'd probably go a little bit different, but that's just so I could match my later projects that I'm working on. Just a little hint there. Other than that, I'm so pleased with it. Dude, it looks sick, dude. It's so clean. And the plan was at first to have this be yellow as well, but I ended up using the white because the quality of the D-pad that I arrived was just not it. And I wasn't willing to compromise on the experience just for the looks. No. That's why I didn't have the LED buttons to begin with. The experience is more important than the looks. Essentially, this has been turned into the GBA Switch, you know? Which is such a cool thing, but unlike the Switch, I can't just seamlessly go between playing on the TV and then playing in handheld. I know that Jake was able to do this, which, hey, good job, Jake. You probably did something, you probably did everything right, and I probably did something wrong. But that's not really a big issue to me, because I found out that if I plug it in, power on the dock first, and connect the controller and then power on the Game Boy, everything works fine. So, like, it's great. No complaints. It was easy fix with this power switch that I found. Another thing I find very important to say that I noticed while researching for this thing is that the motherboards on the GBAs was like released in multiple iterations, and there's like a giant thing in mine that I just couldn't remove, or I don't dare to remove, that's causing a lot of issue. And it might just, like, all the issues I have might just be related to my motherboard being different than the ones I've seen in videos. So take that with a grain of salt, keep that in mind. It's worth noting, I think. Now at this point, you're probably wondering how much I spent on this thing, and I'm not really proud to say, but it was a lot. Of course, it could have been cheaper had I been smarter about this. Like, I tried to save money by buying this kit from High Speed Edo that came with the shell and the battery and the everything, which is great, but I didn't intend to use the battery cover, and so I had to buy this separately that I thought was going to be dirt cheap on like AliExpress or something, but it wasn't. Like, the product itself was like nothing, but the shipment here took forever, costed me everything, you know? So I wouldn't do that again. If I ever did this again, I would buy the shell separately, make sure that everything matches, and then I would just reinstall everything afterwards. Doing this mod would cost you about as much as buying a Switch, basically. I have it listed here. I'll tell you the prices of everything. So the HDMI mod was 680 kroners. The audio amp and speaker was 220. Again, I didn't even use that speaker. I could have saved a little extra there. The controller was 230, and the receiver was 150. Now, like I mentioned, I bought this on eBay as an entire kit. So I got the screen, I got the shell, and I got the battery just for a 1030 something, I think. I bought buttons on AliExpress for literally like $10. They were nothing, which is great, because I ended up not using them because they weren't that good. I had to like cut them to size before I could fit them in the shell, because there was like so much excess material that just wasn't refined. I don't know. It was weird, but hey, it worked out great in the end. The dock itself, you know, my big plan from the beginning was to make it more like the Switch, where the console is in front or whatever, like the electronics are behind the console, and the cables would come out very discreetly, and I could make it thinner by removing all the ports and then relocate this USB-C like to make it similar to the Switch, you know. That was the plan. I ended up scrapping that plan because, again, this is my first project and I'm very proud of it, but I just bit off more than I could chew. Or I would have if I tried to desolder this thing and relocate it. So no, I didn't do that. But I did add this sync button, which I'm proud of, so I can sync the controller because the wireless receiver is inside. But it's not perfect. Now, I don't mind the dock looking like this, but it has flaws. Like, who uses mini HDMI? No one. Now, the kit came with a mini USB HDMI adapter, so it's no big deal. It's really not. But man, and if I could find a better controller than this, I would. I don't have to use this controller. The dock now is compatible with any Bluetooth controller, but I went with this to match the vibe, match the look, and it's just really cute. You know, I like it. I was thinking for a half a second, like, oh, I could like remove X and Y to like only have A and B, have it be more like the Game Boy. But I also want to be able to use this for other things if I want to. So no, I didn't do anything to this except make it matte, I guess. What you saw in this video was a edited down short clips of my giant process that took forever. And if you want to see more of everything, I'm gonna have a longer edited video of just all of my struggles making this thing on my Patreon. Now, the Patreon isn't really
worth it right now. It's just an excuse for you to be able to support me financially so I can make more of these mods. I've already started my PSP mod, so if you want to see that, please subscribe so we can so I can show you that to you. You'll get to see that if you subscribe. Thank you. Now, with all that said, I would really like to thank you guys for watching. This has been super fun, and I want to do more of these things. I really want to do more of these things. I'm going to stream the games that I play on my Twitch. You can follow me there, twitch.tv/Telius. And a huge thanks to Jake and Tito and Highspeedito for making these things and teaching me and contributing so much to the modding community. You guys rock. I'm gonna list everyone that I mentioned in this video and the people that I've been using footage from down in the description, so you can check everyone out. How would you make your ultimate Game Boy? Because I did skimp out on things, and there's so many color combinations that you can do nowadays. So tell me in the comments how you would make yours. I really want to see them. I love when people customize their Game Boys. Have you seen people make them like with prints and stuff? That's super cool. Anyways, peace out.